God message, your enemies have been exposed, one name will shock you. Archangel Michael says, there is a disturbance in the atmosphere around your life that cannot be ignored any longer. Someone who has walked closely with you, smiled at your victories, and pretended to lift you up has now been unmasked. The veil has fallen, and what lies beneath is far more disturbing than you ever expected. There has been a storm rising, but it was silent. It moved in shadows, quietly planting seeds of betrayal and envy near your blessings. You never saw it because you trusted too deeply, and that trust was taken advantage of. You will remember this moment. This is the time your eyes begin to open wide to the truth. One of the people you would never suspect has been feeding lies into your future. They have been watching your moves with a snake's patience. They smile when you're around, but behind the scenes, they burn with jealousy. The biggest plot wasn't outside of your circle, it was growing inside. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Archangel Michael says, one of the names involved is going to shake your soul. You never imagined they would stoop to such levels. This person once held your hand, but all along, they were studying your weakness. They copied your words. They copied your dreams. Then they attempted to become what you are, but they couldn't. Because what you carry isn't taught, it is chosen. And because they weren't chosen, their heart turned bitter. So they made a pact with someone else. Yes, another name will come too. This was not just simple gossip. This was deep manipulation. There was a conversation that happened about you, with you completely unaware. They discussed how to ruin your credibility. They rehearsed words to make others question you. And some people believed them, for a while. But now comes the divine reversal. Archangel Michael has exposed their thoughts, their intentions, their secrets. They thought they were hidden behind masks, but heaven has stripped them. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Your kindness made you vulnerable to attacks from people who were friendly faces. You gave freely, not expecting poison in return. You forgave easily, not realizing they used that forgiveness as permission. They kept you close so they could monitor your light. They said the right things to stay in your circle. But behind closed doors, they wished to be you, and destroy you. Now, the same people they lied to are beginning to see through them. The illusion is breaking. Their reputation is crumbling faster than they thought. There's a spiritual arrest taking place. The truth is not only being revealed, it is being shouted from the heavens. And one of those names that's being shouted, will make your heart sink. Archangel Michael says, they are panicking. They know you're finding out. And now they're afraid of the consequences their wickedness has unlocked. Type Amen to get blessing 717. This person has been close to your digital space too. Liking your posts. Commenting in support. But behind the scenes, sending your content to others with mocking laughter. You trusted too early. You shared too deeply. And now the betrayal has been made clear. You're going to hear something within the next 3 days. It will confirm what this message has spoken. When you hear it, remember, you were warned in time. Archangel Michael says, prepare to see faces change. People will begin acting awkward, nervous around you. That's because your angels have gone ahead and whispered your name in places they were trying to curse you. They are now afraid of the consequence of touching the chosen. Every curse they sent out is returning multiplied. Every lie they spun is collapsing on them. Type Amen to get blessing 999. There's a woman involved who has always wanted to become you. She copied your clothing, your laughter, your way of speaking. But she couldn't copy your spirit. That's what enraged her most. She used her jealousy as fuel to turn others against you. But those who turned are now returning to apologize. They realized it was never you who changed. It was her poison that they allowed into their minds. Now they see, and they are removing themselves from her grip. Her name will come out of someone's mouth accidentally. You'll be shocked. But the shock will turn into peace, because the unknown truth has finally surfaced. Archangel Michael says, even though you've been hurt, you will heal. This exposure was not meant to break you, but to free you. You cannot walk into your next season with snakes hiding in your pocket. Type Amen to get blessing 808. Your enemies thought they were clever. They created fake accounts, sent anonymous messages, started rumors in silence. But every trace of what they did has been collected. Nothing in the spiritual realm goes unnoticed. Every screenshot, every fake smile, every whispered word has been captured and stored in heaven's vault. Now the judgment begins. God is not only revealing names but shifting energies. Those who drained you are being removed one by one. And you won't have to lift a finger. The same people they tried to poison against you are starting to come back and confess. They're sharing what was said, and who said it. Type Amen to get blessing 474. One name stands out because they were so close. They knew your secrets. They laughed with you while planning your fall. But their plans have failed. Your glow returned. Your peace was restored. And now, heaven has marked you with an untouchable light. That's why their darkness is going crazy right now. That's why they can't sleep. Because the more you rise, the more their shame swallows them. There's a group of 3 people specifically. They all sat together to discuss how to push you out of the picture. But what they didn't know is, you were the whole picture. Now the group is falling apart. Their alliance was built on lies, and lies cannot hold. You'll hear them turning against each other soon. Type Amen to get blessing 656. One man, in particular, who once praised you publicly has now become the loudest critic in private. He envied your progress. And instead of growing himself, he tried to sabotage you. He told others you were unworthy. He tried to expose false things. But instead, the truth is what will expose him. Archangel Michael says, he made one mistake, underestimating your divine protection. Now his name is on the same lips he used to tarnish yours. And it will backfire heavily. His career is about to stumble. His circle is about to shrink. The message he sent to someone about you is being forwarded to the wrong person. That's the moment you'll know the identity of one who smiled and lied in the same breath. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Do not seek revenge. Stand still. Because heaven is responding louder than you ever could. You are being separated from every false alliance. You are being delivered from every secret plot. Those who doubted you will now look again with shame in their eyes. You are not who they thought. You are more. And now, because the exposure has come, you're being elevated. This exposure had to happen. You may cry, but it's a cleansing. You may feel numb, but it's a reset. Archangel Michael says, rejoice, because the enemy is no longer hiding in your camp. You are safe again. Your atmosphere is being cleared. Type Amen to get blessing 393. Let them gossip now, it no longer has power. Let them try again, it won't reach you. You are shielded. You will see the signs. Your mind will become sharp. Your discernment will increase tenfold. You're going to feel the shift. The heaviness will lift. And the energy in your space will glow again. Because you were obedient to the warning, your blessings will accelerate. The people that stayed loyal to you will now rise with you. And the snakes will fade into the dark they came from. You have passed the test. And now comes the reward. One that they tried to block, but failed miserably. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. Your table is being prepared. And your enemies will watch with silent regret. Let them. They had the chance to stand with you, but they chose to fight against you. That was their downfall. And now, you walk forward alone, but protected. New connections will arrive. People of truth. Souls that recognize your worth and never take from it. You will build with those who build with you. Love with those who pray for you. And grow with those who never wanted to replace you. Archangel Michael says, the war is over. The enemy is exposed. The path is clear. Now walk it boldly, chosen one. For your enemies were never your equals. And they never will be. There's one final layer of truth that must come forward. Archangel Michael says this next piece will cause you to pause and look around differently. Because the person who did the most damage still thinks you haven't found out. But what they don't know is that heaven already revealed them to your spirit. You've been seeing signs. Feeling strange energy. Catching patterns that don't lie. You noticed how they went quiet when others praised you. You noticed how they never supported, only observed. Their energy was never rooted in celebration, it was competition in disguise. Now, as your spiritual eyes open wider, the entire story is becoming clear. You were not paranoid. You were being spiritually warned. You were being prepared for this very moment of realization. Type Amen to get blessing 848. They will try to spin the story. They'll act like it was a misunderstanding. But the damage is already done, and heaven has the full record. There are audio recordings, screen captures, and written messages that prove everything. You won't even need to go looking. The proof will come to you. One of their friends will accidentally expose it in a moment of casual conversation. They'll mention something that only someone who knew the secret could say. And then you will know, completely and without doubt. Your silence has been your greatest weapon. While they slandered, you stood still. While they plotted, you prayed. And that's why you are about to win so loudly. Type Amen to get blessing 515. The next days will feel different. Doors will open unexpectedly. People who left will try to return. But be careful, Archangel Michael says not all who return should be welcomed. Some are only coming back to see how far you've grown. Others are coming to monitor your elevation. Trust what your spirit tells you. If you feel uneasy around someone, don't ignore it again. That was your first mistake, and it nearly cost your peace. There is a shift happening in your atmosphere. The air feels lighter. You're sleeping deeper. That's not a coincidence, it's confirmation. Because the person who once burdened your path has been spiritually evicted. Type Amen to get blessing 393. You are not being paranoid when your spirit tenses around certain names. That's your protection warning you again. That's heaven keeping your circle sacred. Your light exposed their darkness, and now their energy cannot stand near you. That's why you've seen people leave suddenly, avoid you, or act strange around your victories. They can't fake it anymore. Their masks are slipping. Their true thoughts are leaking through. You don't even need to confront them. They are already tormented by what's coming next. Archangel Michael says the one who betrayed you will soon go through a public fall. They thought they could destroy you in silence. But now, their exposure will be loud. Type Amen to get blessing 606. The people who once turned their backs on you will begin to regret it. They'll realize they were standing with the wrong one. And when your name is cleared, they will be filled with shame. But don't hold resentment. Don't carry bitterness. Because this exposure wasn't to make you hate, it was to help you elevate. You are being separated to be celebrated. You are being realigned with people who match your frequency. You will not be hurt again in the same way. The one name that shocked you, it had to. It was meant to wake you up. It was meant to show you how sacred your energy truly is. And now that you know, protect it fiercely. Type Amen to get blessing 747. This is the final stretch before your breakthrough. You are walking into your reward. The delay is over. Expect sudden invitations. Divine partnerships. Opportunities that were previously blocked are now flowing like rivers. Heaven will bless you in the same area where they tried to curse you. You will glow in the same spotlight they tried to keep you from. Their rejection created the space for your ascension. Archangel Michael says no more setbacks. No more delays. From this moment on, it's divine forward movement. Every single person who laughed at your struggle will watch you rise. And that rise will be undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The next time they see you, they won't recognize you. Your posture will be different. Your spirit will be heavier with wisdom. You won't explain yourself anymore. You won't chase after people's approval. You will know who you are. And the same person who tried to become you will have no choice but to watch from a distance. Because your glow is real. It cannot be copied. They lost access to your grace. And now they will witness what they rejected. Your path is protected. Your name is anointed. Every weapon formed against you has failed. And from here on, the fire will only make you shine brighter. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You have survived the character assassination. You have endured the loneliness of betrayal. And now you are being crowned in glory. God will do for you what you could never do for yourself. He is lifting you from every ditch they tried to throw you into. And planting your feet where only royalty stands. You will laugh again. You will love again. And you will trust again, but wisely. You will attract new energy, loyal, genuine, supportive. And your enemies will feel the loss of your presence like a wound that never closes. Archangel Michael says, your silence was golden. But now your story will speak. It will roar louder than their gossip ever did. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. This is your confirmation. This is your turning point. This is your deliverance from the hands of those who meant you harm. They can no longer touch you. They can no longer speak against you. Their voice has been silenced in the spirit. You are untouchable now. Covered by divine armor. Surrounded by protection so intense, even your enemies will tremble at the sound of your name. Let them talk. Let them wonder. Let them watch. Because from this day, your story becomes legend. And their betrayal becomes a warning. They should have cherished you. Now they will only remember what they lost. Archangel Michael says, Now that the veil has been lifted, you must walk carefully, but not fearfully. The fire has already passed. You are stepping out of it with wisdom in your hands and power on your shoulders. You didn't just survive. You transformed. You emerged with spiritual clarity that can no longer be dimmed by deception. The people who played with your name are now whispering yours with trembling lips. Their actions caught up with them. They thought time would protect them, but heaven never forgets what was done in the dark. Their own allies have begun to distance themselves. Their reputation is fading. What they spoke about you is now being spoken about them. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. You've earned peace, and now it is coming in waves. You are attracting peace because you finally walked away from those who created silent wars in your life. They couldn't destroy your spirit, so they tried to wear it down slowly. But your spirit refused to break. Your light only grew stronger. And now your name is being lifted in rooms they were trying to keep you out of. Your enemies were exposed so that your future could breathe again. They were blocking things you didn't even know about. They were creating silent barriers, now shattered. From now on, everything that was paused will begin to move forward. All that was stuck will begin to shift. Every door they tried to lock is being unsealed. Type Amen to get blessing 1777. There will be whispers of your name in high places. These are divine connections, not built on networking, but on alignment. They were waiting for you to be free of the snakes. You will meet people who respect your energy without draining it. Who love you without comparing. Who want you to win because it doesn't take anything away from them. And while you're rising, they will keep falling into the traps they set for you. Because what they built was meant to destroy. But you were never meant to be destroyed. You are built differently. You are protected fiercely. And now, you are positioned perfectly. This next chapter of your life is what they feared most. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. Because they always knew, deep down, they couldn't stop you forever. They delayed things, but they didn't cancel what God assigned. And now, heaven is removing every last trace of their influence. Even in rooms where you were once dishonored, your name is being restored. Even in spaces where you were misjudged, your value is being clarified. You will no longer have to explain who you are. Your results will speak. Your glow will reveal what your heart always carried. Archangel Michael says, the name that shocked you may still sting. But don't let that pain take root again. It was a lesson, not a life sentence. You will love smarter. You will build stronger. And you will fly higher. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Your blessings are no longer being delayed by secret enemies. Your joy is no longer being stolen in your sleep. Your energy is no longer being drained by those who only took and never gave. You are free. Free to rebuild. Free to receive. Free to evolve beyond what they ever imagined for you. And as you rise, you won't need to look back. Because what's behind you has already been defeated. And what's ahead of you is greatness. This season is yours. The silence was for growth. The betrayal was for revelation. The exposure was for protection. And now the favor is for overflow. Archangel Michael says, this is your final hour of separation from every hidden enemy. This is where God disconnects you completely from the weight of every backstabber, pretender, copycat, and soul drainer. What they built in secret has fallen in secret, and what you are stepping into now will not include their names. You gave loyalty to snakes wearing familiar faces. You offered kindness to hearts filled with silent curses. And still, you carried yourself with grace. That grace is why you're being elevated. That grace is why divine protection surrounds your next level. And that same grace is what your enemies will witness but never touch again. They once sat next to you. Now they will be forced to watch from the very edges of your light. Type Amen to get blessing 50/50. You were not paranoid. You were discerning. The shift you felt in their tone, in their delayed replies, in their changed support, it was real. They once celebrated you in public but criticized you in private. Now, heaven has made their whispers useless and their plans powerless. You are no longer walking in the same spiritual lane as them. Your name has been removed from their trap and placed into a higher frequency. That's why your soul feels lighter. That's why your vision is clearer. Even if you still don't know the full story, trust, it's all being handled. What they tried to delay has been released. What they tried to cancel has been stamped approved by heaven. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. There is a very specific person who thought their status would protect them from being exposed. They thought their charm would keep them safe. But charm cannot compete with truth. Archangel Michael says, this person is losing influence fast. Their followers are leaving. Their mask is falling apart in pieces. They told lies about your personal life, hoping to destroy your connections. But the very people they lied to are starting to doubt them. Their words don't hold weight anymore. One person they used to manipulate others will soon turn on them. That person will bring receipts. Real proof. Real confession. This truth will heal you. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. You don't need revenge. You already won. Your peace is proof of it. Every sleepless night you spent trying to figure out who was against you has now come to this moment. And this moment is sacred. Because this is where you're finally free. The silence you've kept has gained you more than arguments ever could. The stillness you maintain has confused your enemies. They expected reaction, but you chose elevation. And that's what's hurting them most now. They couldn't bring you down, even when they tried everything. The next time your name is mentioned, it will be with reverence. Type Amen to get blessing 6161. Your image was attacked. Your intentions were questioned. Your character was mocked. And still, God preserved you. There's someone who walked away from you based on a lie they heard from one of your enemies. But that person is returning soon. With tears. With regret. With apology. You don't have to accept them back. Just know it's part of the full circle. Truth returning. Justice restoring. You will feel the shift in your home, in your heart, in your health. That's the aftermath of betrayal being lifted off you. Your energy is being renewed. Your blessings are doubling. Your enemies are vanishing. Type Amen to get blessing 7272. From this moment, you will not carry the weight of what they did anymore. You will not replay the conversations. You will not reanalyze the signs. You saw what you needed to see. You heard what you were meant to hear. And now your spirit is saying, walk on. The season for weeping has ended. The season for winning has begun. Every delay was for protection. Every betrayal was for preparation. Every exit was divine. Archangel Michael says, their name was meant to shock you, but it was also meant to free you. That shock was your signal to move differently. Speak less. Pray deeper. Because now, you are unstoppable.